lot of different stories about where the origins of the name Electric Jellyfish come from. You know, people say it's a drug reference or some kind of dance or, you know, all these different things. But really, I'm a big Wes Anderson fan, and the name comes from the movie Life Aquatic and the scene where they're on the beach and Ned Plimpton says,
"I've never seen so many electric jellyfish in all my life."
Those are the Yet-Kong Man of Wars.
And at the time, our flagship being Man of War, I thought it was a perfect kind of play to have our second be called Electric Jellyfish and a play on the Man of War, and kind of ties in Wes Anderson, which are three of my favorite things. The inspiration behind Electric Jellyfish was actually born out of us opening our second location on South Lamar. We had Man of War as our original flagship IPA, and we wanted to make another IPA as a flagship down there. We wanted to have something different, a unique offering. So we started working on the beer actually about a year before we opened South Lamar, and at the time we started having access to some hops that we didn't have before, which was Citra and Simcoe in abundance. And so I was kind of working on the recipe, and we knew we were getting close, but we didn't quite have it fully dialed. And just before we opened South Lamar, we started getting Galaxy hops. And once we got those, we added those to the dry hop, and we kind of knew like right away that's what it needed. It needed that extra little pop of citrus and fruit and just juiciness. And I think that's what really ended up defining that beer. When we brewed the beer, we really never intended for it to be hazy. We'd always kind of had a little bit of hop sheen to our beers, so they were never perfectly clear, but they weren't really hazy anyways. Clarity was not something I was super concerned about. But when we added Galaxy to Electric Jellyfish, it got really hazy, and it was something that we weren't very comfortable with at first. We kind of knew the hazy trend was taking off, you know, in the Northeast, but it wasn't here. And so for us, it was a little nerve-wracking releasing a beer that looked as hazy and kind of murky as the beer did, but it had this beautiful glow in the glass, and I think it was really iconic right away. So we rolled with it. We got a lot of pushback right away, but it ended up being all for the better. So yeah, since then, you know, the recipe's evolved, and we keep trying to make it better. And but the core hops have always just really stayed the same. It's Citra and Simcoe and Galaxy, surrounded by a lot of other favorite hops.
Last year, just in Austin and San Antonio alone, we sold 2.5 million pints of this beer on draft, which is wild. Another 1 million cans in the last 12 months. I mean, just on draft, that's 7,000 pints poured every day in Austin and San Antonio, which is crazy. EJ is a phenomenon. Nearly 9 years later, and we're still running out of kegs and cases most weeks. I remember when I started at Pint House 7 years ago, we had 30 taps around town, and we sell out of beer every week. 7 years later, we're making 7 times more beer, and we're still, thankfully, in the same situation. It's an example of a beer being in the right place, right time. In 2015, the national conversation about hazy beers was just beginning when EJ was first released. And this was arguably Texas's first entry into the hazy canon, or at least Austin's first. I remember we got some heat from industry friends for serving a beer that hazy, which is funny to think back on, but I always say that was a byproduct of what we were doing. It was never the intent. We have some 600 EJ taps in Austin alone at present, and lately it seems like we spend as much time trying to manage our inventory as we spend selling this beer. But we got a great team behind it, from production side and sales to supportive distributor partners in both markets. Big shout outs to all the distributors and distributor partners who've helped spread the gospel of Jellyfish over the years. We see you.
One of the things I love about Jellyfish is it's drinkability. You know, I can go into a pub and have one, or I can have 4, and it always tastes great anywhere I'm at. I think the draw for a lot of people is approachability, it's drinkability. I think one of the things I love most about Jellyfish is it's always fresh. In Austin, we're running out every week, so all the kegs in the market are going to be about a week old. You're always getting a fresh Jellyfish no matter where you're at. face. It's crazy the commercial success that we've had of this beer. I mean, what it's kind of become for Austin. I feel like it's kind of become like iconic with the town. You know, I hear so many people when they even come in for South by Southwest or ACL now or just visiting. It's like a bucket list thing. It's like I got to go get an electric jellyfish, even if they're not like huge beer people, which is really cool. You know, it's what we always try to do is really be part of the fabric of society, and I think culturally this beer has really transcended to that.
I mean, Austin's it's a badass beer town. It's embraced this beer. It champions this beer. I mean, 8-9 years in with this brand, and it's still chugging along, selling out every week. I mean, I feel real lucky that this beer does what it does, and people love it. So, cheers to Austin.
Cheers, man. Yeah.
You look like you haven't slept in a couple days.
Man, okay, so last night we had the premiere of the show, and I don't really drink, and then someone's like, here, this thing, it's called Electric Jellyfish, it's this great beer, and I had like 20 of them, and I got super trashed.